Hello everyone, welcome to Triple T Thursday. That's usually tips, tricks, tutorials. It's really just talking with y'all lately and catching up with you. Last Thursday, if you didn't notice, we didn't have a Triple T Thursday because of the fact that it was Thanksgiving for all of the Americans that celebrate that. So if that is you, how did Thanksgiving go for you? How was it? Tell me how it was for you. And of course, before we get started, we have to ask the ever important question, which is, what's in your cup? Oh shoot, I was going to change my shirt and I forgot to do that. Oops. Okay, so what's in your cup today, people? I decided to go with a little throwback because today's title of the show is Everything Old is New Again. And so I thought I would harken it back and do like retro everything. So retro being like harken back to my days when I was a bartender. I don't know if I ever told you all this story. I was a bartender way back in the day when I was in college. And so I thought I would bring out my little shaker and kind of do an actual cocktail. So that is what's in there today. And I didn't have a really great, I don't know if it's not on there very tight, so I can't give you a very good, let's see here. There you go, there's a jingle in there. So today, if you didn't know, we're having chocolate espresso martini, which is basically a mixture of a vodka, a Kahlua, a Bailey's, and I would usually do heavy cream, but I ran out. And instead, it is, what is it? It's milk. Oh my gosh, my brain's not even working. And then if I wasn't out of chocolate syrup, I would drip that on the inside of the glass too and make it be all pretty. So it'd be like a nice little thing. What are y'all doing? Once a bartender, always a bartender. Absolutely. So for everyone out there, how was your Thanksgiving? Tell me all about it, okay? One thing that's, I think, so interesting. I went over to my mom's house, right, for Thanksgiving. So I got out of making a turkey, or so I thought. Okay, so it turns out, I don't know if anyone else ran into this, but like I went shopping at Safeway for groceries, as one does. And well, actually, it's more rare. I usually don't do the grocery shopping. Usually my husband does it because honestly, I rarely leave the house. And so I went grocery shopping with him, though. We were getting some supplies for Thanksgiving, actually, because the only thing that I make every year, my contribution to Thanksgiving, is these honey whiskey glazed candied carrots. And so I made it one year, and it's just been like hey, you make those every year. Like that's what you bring every year. So I was like, I can make some. Nope, it's just that. The honey whiskey glazed carrots, that's my jam. So I was there getting all the supplies that one needs, carrots, butter, brown sugar, all this stuff. But we were also just doing normal grocery shopping for the house. And then when we got to the front, they were like, hey, by the way, because you spent like $150, you can have a free turkey. And I was like, what? Excuse me? And they're like, yeah, just go pick one out, make sure it's less than 20 pounds. And I was like, well, who's going to say no to a free turkey? So we walked out of there that day with a free turkey. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And then it turns out my parents-in-law are visiting. So as we speak, I'm currently brining my turkey in the refrigerator for cooking tomorrow because we're having them come tomorrow, which is going to be so much fun. And I think it's so funny. So, my brining bag, my twine, all of my like ingredients and accoutrement for all of my brining bag. By the way, if you're team brine out there, let me know. I am team brine. I am team brine all the way. So today at lunch, I was making sure that my brine was all set up in my bag so I can cook it tomorrow. But that's just me, and that's what's going on. So actually this year, I am not getting out of making a turkey. There's that. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Did anybody ask? No, but I have the microphone. And since you're here, you have decided to tune in to listen to whatever I have to say. And today that's what I'm talking about, is how I'm making a turkey. But I have more. But it was on my list. Oh, you can't see it, but just so you know, it is here on the list. Number 1 to talk to you about, making a turkey, right? Number 2, I thought this would be just like a fun, exciting, like catch up with y'all because I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. So it's just nice to hang out with y'all. The second thing is going to be, who has been here long enough on the channel? Raise your hand in the chat, or, you know, make some noise, woo woo, whatever. If you have been here long enough to remember, would you buy that? The Amazon buying series that I did with my friend Scott Peachy, where it was, I think it was on Tuesday nights, we would come together and we would both come up with 3 items randomly from like this, like what's hot or up and coming type of list off of Amazon, and then do a show and then like present it on screen. So it was like first impressions for the other person who hadn't picked it. And then it was like, would you buy this? And it was either just something that was cool or crazy or outlandish, or just, you know, something we maybe had even purchased before. you were here for, would you buy that? So I have been teasing Scott that we need to bring back this series for like ever. And I was looking back at the last time that we actually had it. Do you guys know the last time we actually had one of these? It just, where has the year gone? It was like 8 months ago. And then I remember him being like, oh, we have to take a break. We have to go on hiatus because my daughter is doing swimming. And so like, we're getting really busy during that time. I was like, no problem. But it turns out his daughter is not doing swimming for, you know, like a school sport. It's like an after school program where it's like you swim all year long. So I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have to find some other time to actually stream. But yeah, one, I'm bringing back, would you buy that? And I'd love to do it with him. But if it doesn't turn out that he can do it, then I may have to do it by myself. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because Amazon Video in general, y'all, if you have not tuned into some of these episodes, there is so much going on with Amazon. Okay, so this all came to pass when, okay, where do I even begin? You guys remember I had my friend Dan Courier on, and he has his own like course now about how to be an Amazon influencer, use the video on demand, you know, and to increase your earnings from that. If you guys didn't see that episode, you should go watch it. I'm thinking about stripping out the audio and throwing that up as a podcast episode, which we're going to come back to as the next topic on the list, but we'll get there. And, you know, People of Video, he had a great session talking about all this money he's made on Amazon. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, got to get my hands on some of this sweet Amazon money, right? So then I decide, yeah, let me get in on this. Let me start making some videos. Turns out I had this account that was already approved from like way long ago. So it was just like, hey, start uploading your videos and see if they get approved. And I didn't have any problem. They were getting approved, which, okay, we'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna need to sit for this one. So I'm starting to see the little thing where it's saying, hey, you're making some money, you're all this different stuff. Hey, Chantel, hey, how's it going? Thank you for being here. And and then I was asking him when he was on the stream, I was like, how do you know like what you've sold, how much money you're making really? Because I haven't really. He's like, there's a whole report. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's a whole report. I've seen nothing. And so he was showing me, he's like, oh yeah, you can see what items are selling. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for because this information does not seem to be available to me. And so all of this, long story long, because that's what I do, as well as go on tangents that have nothing to do with anything and come back to the story and confuse everyone. That's also what I do. But it turns out that all of these sales, all these videos, everything is being attributed to this closed account, which it's a whole other story in itself because they told me to close it because it was like extra. It was not extra. It was actually needed. But anyways, everything I was making was going to this closed account. So then it became this whole, like, how do I get it turned over to a new account? How do I get credit for any of the videos I've already done? Which has still never happened. And this has been 2 months, over 2 months of this, like me working on this behind the scenes, opening other chats, opening tickets, all this stuff. And it just never worked. And so I was like, okay, maybe just forget all this. I'll open up a new Amazon influencer account and I'll try a different way to verify myself. So I think one is tied to my YouTube channel. I was like, what if I try my TikTok? It has just as many followers as my YouTube, right? So I was like, okay, let me try it with my TikTok. And I did not know that when you do that with TikTok, it says you have to have this link in your bio for as long as it takes for them to verify your account, which was weeks, by the way. A link that goes nowhere. And I'm like, wow, what a wasted piece of valuable real estate to have there for so long. But I digress. I get approved. thankfully, I start uploading videos. And so I even decide I'm going to take down the videos that aren't even giving me credit on the other Amazon site. I'll wait a little bit, upload them. These are all videos that have already been approved. They're published. They're already up on the website. Y'all, I got declined. And I was like, what the heck? These are all, what? Like, I was so confused. I was like, and not only that, it took like a week and a half. Usually they're very, very fast about like approved, not approved, whatever. I've just noticed they're very fast. But this, it took forever. And then I got declined. And I was just like, I was so confused. I was stunned because I was just like, these are videos that have already been approved on different accounts. So I was like, okay, let me record new videos. So I recorded brand new videos, 3 new products, I threw them up there. I waited a week, and guess what happened? They got declined. Like, I do not understand how this happens. I was like, what? So I even messaged Dan. I was like, Dan, can you look at these videos? I don't understand. I'm not mentioning price. I'm not saying anything about any other platforms. I have literally no idea why they're saying that they're not being approved. And he looked at them and he's like, I don't know. They seem absolutely fine and meet all the guidelines to me. So I'm like, Now, mind you, Amazon has a 3 strikes and you're out policy. So if you apply 3 times to get your videos approved for on-site placement is what it's called, and you get declined, then you can't apply anymore. So now I'm on my 3rd round and I'm already scared, just like, oh my gosh, like I am emotionally scarred. Finally get an update on my other ticket on my other account. They're like, oh, we think we have to assign you a new store ID. And I'm like, great, let's do that. But now, even as that's going on, I'm still getting notifications that like my tax information isn't right. So I contact them again. I'm like, hey, what's up with this? You want me to fill out some info? And they're like, I don't see why this is happening. Let me open a new ticket for you. And I'm like, of course. So all of that is also happening on the other account. And so I'm too scared to upload the videos on the other one. I kind of think they've got some of the stuff worked out on my main account, but so I decided to re-upload some of these videos that I'd originally pulled down. But there's no traffic that is actually being shown as generated. The views aren't updating, so I'm just like rock hard place Shelly here in the center. Just, anyways, the whole point of this is that I'm bringing back Amazon. The whole point of the live stream, right, which is everything old is new again, and would you buy that in some way, shape, or form is coming back. So I even did my first live stream on Amazon platform, which I have not done since the last Would You Buy That episode, which was 8 months ago. And I did it yesterday successfully. I did a 6-minute live stream and I used Ecamm, which was also a first for me because almost all the time that I was able to successfully go through before, I was having to use Restream. And y'all know I love Ecamm. So, but that was not without its own hard difficulties as well. I did have to try it 4 times before it actually worked correctly. And I was sending them the correct bitrate. Also, I'm mad at Restream, y'all. And I'm going to tell you why I'm mad at Restream. Okay. So, and if you don't remember, I used to be sponsored by Restream. So I have actually been using Restream for, in fact, it was over a year ago. It was a year ago now when I was doing all of this and getting started. They were sponsoring for a while my Thursday night shows. So I've always loved Restream, right? And one of the biggest gripes that I had with them is that they didn't support native green screen, which I found out recently. Now they do, which is fantastic. So good. So there's so many cool reasons to love Restream, except for this one. So my membership that I have with them, and I've paid as well, it goes through April, right? It goes through April. And so I saw their Black Friday special and they were like, hey, make sure that you buy it now and you get like 40% off a plan or 50% off a plan. And I was like, ooh, if I sign up for an annual plan, I get 50% off or 40% off, whatever the deal was. And I was like, that sounds like a good deal because my renewal's in April. One would think that your renewal would just be tacked on, your 12 months would be tacked on to your normal end date if you already have 4 months or more left on your contract for your previously paid membership one. And it turns out, no, they just started a new license and then they said it's 1 year from Black Friday or whatever it was. And so I had to contact someone. I was like, hey, can you just extend my other license? And they were like, no. And then I was like, oh, well, in the next 4 months, I'm paying double for both of these. So maybe I should just wait. And then 4 months from now, then I'll see if there's either a different special or I just repay again or whatever else. And they're like, oh, we can't cancel your transaction. This is 20 minutes after I hit the buy button. I was like, we can't cancel because it's not within 7 days. And I'm like, it's within 20 minutes. What are you talking about? And then they're like, well, we can try and file for a ticket. Of course, my life is tickets. And we can send it off to the billing team and then they could see if they would want to make an exception. And I was just like, what? And I wasn't trying to be like all like, do you know who I am? Because that's not my jam. And then be like, yes, we know exactly. It says here on the screen. But I was just like, so I just put as feedback, I was like, it sounds like you should really extend it from any other licenses that are already occurring. That's just a general common sense thing. But no, that's not the way that it is. So now I'm currently waiting to hear back from the billing specialist about whether or not I could possibly cancel that so that I can just rebuy it again in 4 months, because they can't extend it. So that's why I'm kind of upset with them, but like I still love their service. I still use it. And this is the first time in the 4 years that I've been working with them, because I've been paying for that license myself anyway. So I was already using them. But this is the first time that I really kind of was just like, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. And then another thing that was kind of interesting about that, I also realized that I've been paying on auto pay for StreamYard for the past, I mean, I knew that I'd been buying it 2 years. I think it was year 3 that was the surprise. And then it's actually coming up on renewal again in year 4. And I was just like, I probably should cancel that one, because I never used StreamYard. And I think I had just kept it last year because I was like, I wasn't sure exactly what was going on with all the streaming platforms or which one I was going to use. And because I had gotten them like 4 years ago, back when their founder pricing, it was like cheaper and now it's more expensive. So I had locked in this price. So I was like, well, maybe I keep it. But now I'm just like, no, even if I am still fighting with Restream, I'll just go use probably Restream and just apply that money, hopefully, if I just don't renew next year, to the Restream one that I'm going to have to repurchase. And by the way, just hear me out on this one. On this channel, you will not see me using Streamlabs OBS. If y'all did not catch that Twitter thread, I remember distinctly, what's so funny about this is I had made a donation during a TubeBuddy live stream. I don't even know what it was, corn stream, or it was something. It was some sort of live stream. I made a donation. They did it through Slobs, and I ended up getting charged not only the donation, but this Prime membership thing. I didn't even know what it was. And then I see this charge. I'm like, what is this? And then I posted on Twitter, and I was like, I didn't sign up for this. I don't want it. Cancel it. And then they canceled it. They never refunded me. But that's part of their whole business practice, besides ripping off open source software and then putting these features behind pay gates. And I was just like, I am not. And I had forgotten about this, that it even happened. I remember being pissed, though, at the time, because it was a couple years ago, maybe 2020 even, very early 2020. And I just remember being like, dude. And then when I saw their copy and paste, like, oh, it was a mistake, placeholder text excuses that they put on Twitter, and then all the other companies that were calling them out, like Elgato and everybody else, I was just like, nope, never. I will never use Slobs. I will never use that, because you know what? Even if I am paying for StreamYard or not using it, I would much rather give my money and use StreamYard, even though one of the reasons I don't use StreamYard is no matter what I do, the image quality is never good for me. And y'all, like, I'm streaming in 4K. I've got a 4K camera. Every time I use StreamYard, it just doesn't look good. And I've even messaged Gage and other people on their team being like, look, this is Zoom, which is notoriously awful for making you not look great. I was like, this is Zoom. It looks so much better than StreamYard. What is happening? I don't know. This is Ecamm. This is StreamYard. What is happening? I don't know. The only thing I never tried is trying it in another browser. I heard sometimes if you try it in Firefox, it's a lot better than in Chrome. But I don't want to have to keep Firefox on my computer just so I can use StreamYard occasionally, because, like, whatever. But I was just like, I will use StreamYard. Still, even with all that, I pay for it and I don't even use it. I would much rather use StreamYard. I would much rather use Restream. I would much rather give my money to Ecamm, and I will never use Slobs on this channel. I won't recommend it, and I think they're shady, and I don't care if they fix a lot of their stuff. I will never use them to stream on my channel. So take that for what you will, as a random rant. Yeah, just take that for what you will. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, basically, though, with all of that being said, with the tying back to the premise of the show, which is everything old is new again, Amazon live streams in some way, shape, or form are coming back to the channel. I'm doing them. Also, I'm going to be doing more Amazon-type videos. And if you guys are curious and want to follow along on the journey that is trying to get approved and going through the influencer program and seeing, you know, the money and whatever and sharing all that kind of information, let me know, because we could certainly do a series on it, because I think it's kind of like interesting. And I know not a lot, but I've had a lot of experience already with that entire thing. So FYI. So that crosses us off point number 2 here with everything old is new again. So 1 was making the turkey. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening now as we speak. 2 was everything Amazon video related. 3 was also the Restream / StreamYard / OBS, or no, not OBS, Slobs. Streamlabs OBS. And we'll never use them, and we'll never stream with them. Hello, Annette. Hello. Yeah, StreamYard doesn't work for me consistently. I don't understand it. So just as a side note, and I love the people that work there, super kind, super nice. And I see tons of other people use it and look great. For me, it just doesn't. I'm wired in Ethernet. It just doesn't seem to work for me. And I was on Daryl Eaves's channel. We were doing the Owen video raising money thing. And I watched the footage back and I was so embarrassed because I'm sitting there with like Roberto and Nick Nimmin and Daryl Eaves. And my picture quality is atrocious. It is garbage. And I knew as soon as they said, oh yeah, we use StreamYard for this, I was just like, this is not going to go well for me. Every single other person can figure out whatever they need to feed into StreamYard to look good. But if you go back and look at that stream, which please don't, there are times when I'm so fuzzy that it's just embarrassing. And I'm like, I am a professional. I make videos for basically my living. How can they look this bad? Like, it just makes me look like I have no idea what I'm doing. And there is not a single thing that I'm changing between the configuration between this, Restream, Zoom, and Ecamm. And it always looks awful on me. And I want to love it. I want to love it. I love some of the features. I want to love it so bad. It just doesn't want to love me back. And I'm still paying for it. Ugh. Just breaks my heart. Why am I paying for it? Okay. Number 4 on the list. Who is doing Vlogmas? Who is doing Vlogmas? Okay. Because this is day 2 of Vlogmas, technically. And I have never done officially a Vlogmas. I have in years past, but like way back in the day. I think it was 2018 or 2019. One of those two. I participated in Podmas, which was a podcast every day instead. So I had toyed and tinkered with the ideas. You all know I purchased the Rodecaster Pro recently, and one of the things in my head was like, maybe if I participate again in Podmas and put out a podcast every day, it will help justify the money that I spent on this soundboard thing. It didn't happen. So I would like to know, sometimes if you're out there and you're like, hey, I'm going to do Podmas or, Vlogmas or whatever, if it was every day, November, a lot of people were doing a live every day or, people were doing different things. If you miss a day or if you start late, do you just throw away the whole month, or are you just like, I'll just roll them together and do 2 days at a time? Or do you just kind of be like, nope, I'll get them next month? Is it an all or nothing? Or are you okay with just being like a partially involved in it? And I'm like, hey, I'm still putting out more content than I was before. Or is it like a, for you, like I'm in it, or no, I'm not in it? So just curious about that. Let me know. You've been lucky with StreamYard? Yeah, no, and it's a good product. I like the people that work there. If the image quality for me looked better, I might use it more often. All right, what else? I tried using it because you don't have 1,000 subs. Womp, womp, womp. Nope to Vlogmas for you. Okay, you never do Vlogmas. I'm curious why you would never do Vlogmas. Not that interesting. Okay, sounds like fun but stressful. I had once participated in something I called Vlogtober, but it was only a 5-minute recap live stream at the end of the day. And I did that, maybe what was it, last October, and I put that over on the Shelly Shares Her Day channel because it literally was me sharing my day, recapping everything. So it was a 5-minute recap at least of every day. And it's kind of fun now to go back and like watch me slowly descend into madness that was last year, because like there was so much going on last year. There were these virtual summits, and there was launching my e-course, and there was, just craziness abounding. And so I remember one night I even did my entry into my virtual diary, whatever you want to call it, and then the power went out. So I was just like, wow, look at that. Like, so I think that's the type of Vlogmas type of stuff that I could get behind, some sort of live stream interaction daily for 25 days or something. But the people who go out there and like make their own intros and have their musical, fun bumpers and have all kinds of activities that they're doing, hats off to you, man. I can't does not compute, could not even imagine and fathom being able to do that. And like some people are like pre-filming in November and getting content. I was just like, what? Like, really? Like, good on you. Good on you. And, I know there's a lot of reasons why you might want to do it because honestly, there's a lot of ad spend that's happening at the end of the year. There's a lot of people watching at the end of the year. You can really kind of bump up your affiliate sales at the end of the year. So if that's you, I salute you. I salute you so much. Okay, so I was curious about Vlogmas, Podmas, Vlogtober, any of the such, whatever you're calling it. And if anyone has already started thinking about New Year's resolutions or, New Year's types of things like that, I would love to know if you have any New Year's resolutions that you're already thinking about or how you decide to wind down your channel, for the end of the year. So, a lot of people, maybe you're going to Christmas or whatever, life is happening. Are you scheduling videos right now for the end of the year? Are you like taking the last couple weeks off? Like Philip DeFranco, I think has like 3 more shows, maybe through next week that he's doing. And then he's taking off like the last 3 weeks of December as like a Christmas break. Anyone, feel free to share. Feel free to share what you're doing with all of that. Then I barely got through my first live stream. It gets easier. It does. Tell me, how did it go? What did you talk about? Were you talking about real estate? Were you talking about life? Like what's up with all that? Okay, we're done with one post-it. We're on to the next post-it, which you guys can't see. Gonna take 3 weeks off. Yeah, good for you. Hang out with your sister and just kind of relax and chill. I get it, man. I get it. Wow, y'all can't see what's on that post-it at all. Last thing I'm thinking, and I put a community post on it, and I know that Pixapia, you had commented on it. I am tinkering and considering in the new year, maybe at the end of January or I don't know, maybe mid-January, I am thinking about revamping and bringing back channel memberships. So I had shut them down for a long time because I just didn't even want to. I didn't know what my schedule was going to be like. I didn't know what my upload stuff was going to be like. I didn't know what my content was going to look like. And so I was just like, nope, let me just shut it off right now. I have no idea what's going to happen. But I'm considering, I haven't made a decision one way or the other, actually bringing back channel memberships in the new year, in January. So one thing that's really important to me is doing like the members only type of chat live streams. I was considering doing something maybe even like Daniel Patel does, where it's very something specific and small group focused, and then maybe even a small private Facebook group. I don't know. It's one of those, like, you guys would have to tell me what would actually make it interesting or worth it to y'all. And I'm thinking I would only have 2 levels. Like one where it's just a little throwaway, like a $1.99. Thanks for being a channel member, and you can come to like specific chats. But then one maybe a little bit higher, not a lot higher, just a little bit higher, where it's like Facebook group and special live streams only you guys chat in type stuff. So I don't know. I'm considering that. I'd love to hear what y'all think about that. Are you guys all, like, I know for some people, they're just subscriptioned out. And I get it, once you think like Hulu and Netflix and then like each individual person that you want to do instead of like maybe a super chat every once in a while or something like that. But I don't know. I think some people are definitely subscriptioned out per month. But I also wanted to maybe open up the opportunity. I'm not sure about it, but I would love to hear your guys' ideas on that. And that's pretty much all the stuff on my post-its with the everything old, right? So we talked about, it's all old stuff, y'all. All old stuff. So old series, old channel memberships, old Amazon stuff, and Vlogmas, Podmas stuff from before. the interview style, but when the camera went live, I froze. Yeah, I got past and pulled through. Yeah, exactly. There is something different about going live and having the video on demand where you can just have as many takes as you want. And I've been thinking about this. I don't know if I would have it be, okay, insider. I've been thinking about compiling one video that's just bloopers of me effing up my lines all the time, as just one video. And that's the whole point of the video. It's just 20 minutes of like cut, beep, like, damn it, get your life together. That's how I talk to myself, by the way, if you didn't know, when I'm shooting and doing lines and stuff, because I'll be like, oh, you're so stupid. So like, it would be like 20 minutes of just that, of just me like berating myself. And so I don't know if that would make you guys feel better, if it'd just be like a feel good, or if it would be like one of those like, what is she doing? I can't imagine that you need to watch a lot of it, so maybe it doesn't need to be a very long video, but I was thinking about this the other day because if you guys have not seen, one of my favorite new apps that's on my computer, if you're a Mac user, is the Recut app. And so I can shoot for sometimes, let's say, an hour, and I have an hour's worth of footage, and it ends up being like a 10-minute video. Yeah, sometimes it's that bad, y'all. Okay, so never feel bad if you don't think you look polished or whatever like anyone else online. Good on those people who can do it in one take. So I use this app because what it does is it cuts out all of the dead space and dead air time. And so instead of doing your rough cut and going in and looking at, I'm usually looking at the audio wave patterns and seeing where it's flat or seeing where you can cut, you feed it into this program. I made a short about it. You can see it on my channel. And it just cuts all of it. And you can put bumpers on the sides for how long to like kind of leave or whatever else you need to do, or like less than whatever isn't considered a blank space, that kind of thing. So you can export then this little cut file. It just is an information file that you can feed into like Final Cut Pro. It also works with other programs like Screen, Flow, Camtasia, a few others. And so you can cut out all the dead space, but you can import this FCP XML file. So it's basically just a list of timestamps, and you're going to put a cut here is basically the easiest way to explain that. So it takes your video file, you drag in this cut list, and it just cuts for you. So I think in my example, and this was like in seconds, y'all, it was like 230 cuts. And so I went from like 40 minutes of footage down to like 24 minutes of footage. And then I have to go in there and do more, of course. But that first initial cut, what it would normally take me in a rough cut, saves me so much time. And so what's funny is what's left is just like 2 minutes of me in a row with like no cuts, you know, like it looks like jump cuts of me just saying my first line over and over and over again, because I do the last take method. So I just keep saying the first thing until I'm ready to move on. So it's just a block of like opening lines, and then it's a block of like me messing up my own name. And if you think that's not possible, I'm here to tell you it is possible. So many times in a row, it's possible to mess up your own name, okay? So I have all of these clips right next to each other of me trying to say the same thing. And then also interspersed in that is after I mess up like my name, you're like, you're such an idiot, you can't even do your own name. So as you're scrubbing through the footage, it's just funny to me to like, one, see me mess up so many times, but then also like have me be so upset at myself and just call myself stupid. So I was thinking of shoving a whole bunch of those together and creating one project and just almost having it be like my gift to y'all about like what a mess I am. I mean, you all know, you're here, you get it, but just as a video, and I just imagine that it would tank. It would so tank, but it would just be funny. And it might just be a fun way to ring in the new year. So if y'all want to see a video like that, I guess let me know. And I will put it out there. Or if it's just a members only thing and you guys would think that was funny, that's fine too. Or I think a members only live stream might also be fun. If you guys wanted to see me actually edit in real time, like a video that I would be working on, I thought that would be a really fun one to do. So either like a work together type session or just watch me edit, but I don't know how interesting or fun that would really be. But just putting that out there. I've been thinking about this for the last few weeks, months, whatever. Like, should I bring it back? What would even be interesting to watch? What would be valuable? All of that. Shelby, that's right. It's a Christmas present. Oh my gosh, no, I can tell you right now. I'd be like, hey guys, it's, and you'll literally hear me be like, girl, you're so dumb, you don't know your name. You don't even know your name. Or I will very commonly be like, hey everyone, it's Shelly. End of sentence. Like, I'm like, no dumb, you actually have to say the next line after that. In today's video, we're gonna, and then like blank, because there are certain phrases that you say quickly, and then you're actually supposed to know what comes after, you know, right? So I'd be like, hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna be talking about blank. But the first part is so easily memorizable that you can just like spit it out at any time, right? Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're gonna be talking about Shelby. We're gonna be talking, it's like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that, y'all. So it would just be however long a video of me just being an idiot. I'd be like, hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm so excited because today we're talking about, and it would be like beep next. So yeah. Oh hey Angelique, hey beautiful, how are you? Good to see you here. Hold it down so long. Oh, were you on Facebook? Oh, you're right. I didn't even see the comments because I am hanging out on YouTube. So I'm checking out the comments on YouTube. So let me pull this up. Let me see what I missed. I'm so sorry. You're right. You're right. Oh man. Okay, there's your little. I would rather support a person. I don't even need anything in return. Oh, you're so cute. I'm actually ramping up because I was winding down over the summer. Okay, see, I'm reading your stuff now. I'm reading it now, okay? So I'm reading it now. But thank you for coming over so you could be part of the chat. But I am thinking a blooper reel might just be a fun little New Year's Eve type of present to drop, to be like, if you ever feel bad about yourself, right? If you ever feel bad about yourself, you can be like, this girl gets paid money to make videos, and this is the poop she comes out with. Like, and you'd be like, hey everyone, my name is, you should know your name, idiot. You should know your name. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's do it again. Hey everyone, my name is, no. And be like, hey everyone, welcome to, I forgot my name. Like, it's literally that. Just like take after take after take after take. Like, hundreds of takes in a row, whatever it takes. Literally whatever it takes to get through the, put in the beeps. Yeah. Sometimes there would have to be beeps anyway because I'm not very nice to myself and I will drop an occasional F-bomb. You're so effing dumb. So, you know, all that like self-talk, positivity, be kind to yourself. No, I am not nice to myself. I'd be like, you're making this take forever. We will be here all day. As if I'm like, not talking about myself. What? I'm so glad that the course was helpful. Yeah. Please work with me. That would be cool. Wait, work with you? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Work with you. Are you and Peachy doing it again? I would like for me and Peachy to be doing the would you buy that again. And I was saying, like, if he can't do it, if he's not going to be able to make it work on a specific day, I may just have to bring it back myself, but I don't know. But I'm going to try and do some live streams specifically over on the Amazon channel. I want to do some stuff like, I did one just yesterday. I almost toyed with the idea of trying to do 12 days of streaming in December over on the Amazon channel, but I was like, I don't want to give myself a heart attack and see how that goes. We'll see. But I am thinking maybe if I can do 12 days of Christmas streaming before the end of the year, that might be something, right? So I did a 6-minute, like a couple, just to ease myself into the pool gently, was dipping my toes in, was 6 minutes of smartphone accessories. And I was talking about a couple of microphones are still sitting here on the desk, the Shure MV88, the 88 Plus, the Ulanzi little phone mount thing. So if you really cared, you could also go to the Amazon influencer page that I have linked in my description box. I think it's down there. And there's a 6-minute video from yesterday. So I'm trying, and it was my first time connecting with Ecamm into there. So that was good. You didn't miss, you said, oh, work with me video. Oh, yeah, you want to work with me? Yeah, okay, sorry, yes. So I was thinking about that. I'm thinking, like I said, I don't know if that probably wouldn't be a regular video, but it might be a members only type one where I think it's kind of cool. I know in Let's Get Live, they're also doing these work with me type of sessions, almost like Pomodoro style, I believe, where it's like a silent Zoom where everyone can just log in and then be with people that are all working as well. And then maybe they have specific timed breaks. I don't know. I haven't popped into one of those yet, but they run for like 4 or 5 hours. So there's that. But I have been thinking maybe a watch me edit, or, edit with me, or, just something. And I have been thinking about that New Year's Eve. You're such an idiot, Shelly. Like, you should know your own name. And then maybe I'll label it Happy Effing New Year, just to be cheeky. No, that's a bad idea. Maybe I'll do it anyway. It's a bad idea. Maybe I'll do it anyway. I don't know, y'all. Maybe it would be an unlisted video. I don't know. So, I did a few videos that were members only. So I did like the how to do that email list landing page video. I didn't think anybody else, I didn't want to put that on my main channel, but that one was strictly unlisted for channel members. I also gave you guys, I recorded my presentation for some virtual conference that I was speaking at, and I posted the whole thing as an unlisted video, members only video as well for y'all to see. And then there was occasionally we did do a couple of unlisted members only live streams where only members could see it, view it, and chat in it. But then after a while, I know I asked y'all if it was okay, and we did streams that were public, but only channel members could leave comments on it. And I kind of like that one too, because then anyone can at least still listen, but the only people who get questions answered are the channel members. And so I like that one too. I kind of like that format. So anyone could maybe find it helpful, but if they wanted specific help or answers or anything, then you had to be a channel member. And so we opened that to like everyone too, because originally it was only going to be, I had like 3 levels before, and I think that was too many, and it wasn't very clear, like why would you want to be in one level versus another. So I think this time, like I said, I would only do 2 levels. It would be one just as a, here's $2, keep doing you. Shelby, go. And then maybe the other one is for the Facebook group and like extra stuff. So public videos, member chat. Yeah, I like that one too. What's my name again? Yeah. So there's that. How are y'all, everyone? How are y'all doing? You've heard me ramble on now all this time. Yeah, I would definitely keep public videos, members only chat. Definitely. The rest of it, you guys would have to tell me what you actually want, or if you want anything. Because before, I think I had something too, like, hey, if you're in this highest tier, like, we could do close friends only, like, Instagram stories, which for some people, if they're not even on Instagram, it's not really a benefit. So I was like, maybe a Facebook group or something, and we could just have, like, chat and discussion in there, just as a general, because I think that would be kind of fun. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. So, okay, that's everything I wanted to cover. I'm so glad that y'all were here, and I hope that you had an amazing Thanksgiving. If you're doing Vlogmas, hats off to you. Amazing. If you have anything you want to chat about, though, put it in the chat, though. I'll take a perusal and scan for a couple minutes before we sign off. And whilst, are you whilst or whilst, peoples? You can sound off in the comments. Whilst, I'm team whilst, we wait on any last remaining questions, I'm going to pick a song. We're going to boogie, because we haven't done that in a while. So let's do that. I haven't done that with the new Rodecaster Pro setup. Oh, there's a built-in sound effect. Let me play it and see if it plays for y'all. Tell me you guys are hearing that and I'm not just shaking my ponytail for nothing. Oh yeah, I was gonna find the bubbles. What am I seeing? Well, that's dumb. Once I turned the bubbles on, you couldn't even hear. Okay, here we go. Here's the sound effects. I know, I get it. I suck at this. I got it. Gosh. Rude. Thank you. Thank you. I figured it out eventually. That's effing rude. I give up. I give up. This is the worst. That one's nice. That one's nice. Crickets out there. Got it. All right. Well, those are the sound effects that are built in. I know that I can program in different sound effects and drop them on there. I know other people have that. I'll have to work that out. Also, I don't know what happened with the when adding the overlay and then everything dropped off. I don't know. So I'll have to look into that because, like I said, I'm new with the Rodecaster. There's that. What do I use for live streaming? I almost always use Ecamm or Ecamm Virtual Cam, and then I feed into Restream for the multi-streaming. So there's that. Now that I sometimes go live on Twitch, sometimes I'll just go directly into there because I'm not allowed to multi-stream. Because I don't know if I told you, y'all, but I made affiliate. It's not partner, but affiliate. You know, when you have to have 50 followers and you've streamed a certain amount of hours and you have a certain amount of people that tune in, like an average number of viewers, then you can become affiliate and then you can be part of their partner program. So Pixel P, if you're wondering why you don't see me Sad Song Sunday on Facebook, oh my gosh, you see that? It's just like that when I'm trying to run my lines. Like, hey everyone, welcome to the channel that you're watching me on. So it's like that. So the reason you don't see me live on Facebook anymore is because I can only do it on one platform. So I have to do it on Twitch. So if you are interested in the Sad Song Sunday, then you just come over to Twitch. Still play it in the background. And about that wallet, hey, that's a cool avatar. I like that, the green one. But typically, yeah, Annette, typically I do Ecamm, love Ecamm, and then I feed into Restream. Every once in a while, occasionally, when I was doing the Would You Buy That, I would go from inside of Restream and push out to multiple sources because I couldn't connect to Amazon very well with any other configuration yet inside of Ecamm, which I just did successfully yesterday for the first time. But yeah, and then occasionally, very rarely though, I will do Restream only with Ecamm Virtual Cam, but that was before Restream supported native green screen. So I didn't want to have my green screen when I was broadcasting on Twitch with my green screen. There's that. Am I ever on Clubhouse? Yes, actually I am occasionally. I popped into this one random room. It was a week ago. It's not a couple days. Maybe it was a week or two ago. And it was run by this very sweet lady, Harumi. And it was about, I think, video, but TikTok something. Vertical video, something. And they let me in and then they asked me to speak and then I spoke and then they let me be a moderator, which, why? I don't know. But she was very, very sweet and very kind to me. But that's the only room that I've been. Every once in a while, I pop in and I just take a quick scan and see if anyone's talking about YouTube or video or anything like that. And there's not a lot of action over there. So then I just kind of like log out because sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm on a lunch break. Nope. And no one's talking about it. So I just don't. Videos help me out. It's been a while because oh, yay. Hey, that's awesome. I would like to do some more of the video editing stuff in the future. That would be cool. That'd be cool because definitely helping creators be more creatory is fun. And if you do need more help, and I can tell you, I do have a course, iMovie Made Easy. It's a whole course about how to video edit. And I take all of my best stuff and tips and tricks and I shove it in that course. And yeah, that's what I did. And it's available. Good for you. Yeah. It is a time suck. Are you still on there a lot? Man. Yeah, I haven't actually been in there too much. I miss it though. It'd be nice to get the ladies together again when we were doing the Clubhouse thing. That was fun. And yeah, there's that. Okay, so I think we've talked about everything that I want to talk about. Let me know what you guys and gals feel about channel memberships and what things would be important to you. Let me know how you feel about Amazon videos coming back. Let me know how you feel about a year-end blooper reel and all of that fun stuff, okay? So I hope y'all have a great night,
And I will see you all next Thursday for another Triple T. And have a great night, y'all.